Do you know what ChatGPT is? Don't worry, don't worry. This is what I read about it. ChatGPT is scary good. We are not far from dangerously strong AI, said Elon Musk, who was one of the founders of OpenAI before leaving. Sam Altman, OpenAI's chief, said on Twitter that ChatGPT had more than 1 million users in the first 5 days it launched. Wow. That is so what is it that everybody's using it? What's the big deal? What does it even mean? And how does it work? Well, this is where we answer all of those questions. Joining us now in the studio is Guy Cocker, who's a technology journalist. Guy, what is ChatGPT?
ChatGPT.
GPT, so I don't even know.
It's not got the easiest name,
No.
but yeah, it's ChatGPT. It's a generative language generator. So it's what it does is essentially it uses algorithms and masses of text that's been written before to answer questions. So we're doing a lot of this at the moment with, you'll put into Google or any other search engine, where's the best place to travel to if you want sun in April or whatever. Yeah. But this is like the next level of that. And I think that since it launched in November, there's been a massive amount of investment from Microsoft, who have invested billions into this. Google has been playing catch up, trying to invent its own Bard system of AI. And basically, it feels as though in technology terms, it's the next kind of big battleground for these big tech giants.
So what does it do? What does it actually do? What other than some, as you said, the example you said, Google, where do I go on holiday? Where's the best place? What have you?
Yeah.
What does this do that those old-fashioned things now don't do?
So it can do some basics. I think we're able to do a demo here.
Yeah,
I think the producers have. So hopefully we can see what I'm writing in here. So like this morning or yesterday when I got invited onto the show to talk about it, I could put in if I know about you already, Trisha, but I could say, tell me about if I can spell it right, Trisha Goddard, and it will give you hopefully if I.
We see that?
Yep, consent.
I can't see that tiny writing, so you're going to have to read it out.
So yes, I'll read out what it's saying. So it's hopefully gonna work. Although it's
that'd be hilarious.
Nothing's coming out at this point in time. We're having technical difficulties. Okay, so it says Trisha Goddard, British television presenter and journalist, best known for hosting her own talk show. Trisha gives me a bit about your active media work, your journalism work, your advocacy work. So it just gives me a little bit of a background.
Yeah.
So
then people will say Google or any other search engine can do that.
Can already do that. But I think the best way, and I've been talking to a lot of friends who work in the tech industry about how they're using it at the moment. It's almost like having an assistant. So the next question that I would ask is, I need to talk about ChatGPT on television. Mm-hmm. So I'm writing this into the into the text prompt. Give me 5 key talking points.
Right.
And it will then it'll take a second, I think, but then it will then produce an output that then gives me, rather than going and manually reading all the news, it will actually just summarize what I need to talk about. So, increased accessibility, it's saying chatbots such as ChatGPT have made it easier for anyone with a television to access information and assistance. I would say that that's not quite right. It's anyone with a computer. So this is the limitation of the technology at the moment.
Right.
I think it's really good at giving you the ability to find out a bit more information about stuff that you kind of already know about, because you need to be able to spot some of the errors about, sometimes it's not quite there. It's using a massive database of text and guessing, essentially, using algorithms, what the best answer will be in this particular case.
So I was going to say, so when people use it to write things, now you could write a Father's Day card. Yeah. I don't know, do you talk to your dad regularly?
I do, personally, yes.
Yes, you do. So if you haven't written a Father's Day card, say, to somebody you haven't spoken to for a long time, and it's going to be awkward, what would you
Well, I actually saw this yesterday. I went for a 40th birthday party just around the corner in London Bridge, and one of my friends who's in technology had written a haiku for the birthday card for the recipient, using ChatGPT, and it's able to do little things like that. If I wanted to, and this is the danger where people are concerned about, is people using it in education, because you can essentially just give it, there are tests that people have been running, and it's very, very efficient at answering your sort of, your secondary school level tests.
Right.
So there's a potential for students to be able to use this to answer their tests. So I think that's what people are concerned about. It's another example. I'm concerned that we might want to sort of get some questions from your audience. We've got 7 out of 10 messages left.
No, I'm just saying, so can it copy a way in which somebody talks?
Yeah, so I was about to suggest that we put in, later today, if I can't think of a reason why I'd want to do this, but if I wanted to sound more intelligent than I am, perhaps I might say, I wanted to tell my mum I'd been to London Bridge today, and come on your show and write it in the style of Ernest Hemingway. It would do that.
Oh my God! Yeah.
So that it will output that now. Or Shakespeare, or whatever.
So could you ask it to, what could we ask it to say in Shakespearean English?
Well, I could say, I took a walk in London Bridge today. And actually, the key thing with this, giving it prompts, the more information you give it, the better the response is.
Right.
I'm aware I'm writing quite short prompts here. I took a walk in London Bridge today. Tell 200-word story about it
in Shakespeare,
in the style of Shakespeare.
Blimey.
Hopefully something good comes out of this if I hit send.
I walketh in a north.
Yeah, so I'm struggling to think of a reason, unless you wanted to show off a little bit and sound, a little bit like...
Well, that's the sort of thing we used to get for essays at school. So will there be a way of, while we're waiting for the answer, will there be a way of, and you mentioned in schools and what have you, like schools and universities can spot if somebody's lifted something,
plagiarised
and lifted something out of some test. Will there be? They'll have to play catch up with this, won't they?
Well, yeah. In my industry, in journalism, Google is trying to build algorithms, and the suggestion is that Google is going to penalise people who are using AI to create content, but it's actually quite difficult to spot it. That's the danger of it. A lot of it has been used before. So if you are able to, if you know the subject matter inside out, you might be able to spot plagiarism. But it's actually really hard to do on a technical level.
Now, so have we got our Shakespearean?
Yeah. So I'll do my best Shakespeare style recital. It says, "Upon London Bridge I happened to stray, and in my wandering met a fine display of wondrous sights and sounds, a bustling throng of all sorts, and the hum of life's ear strong." And it just carries on like that.
That's good. Now, what about
it's quite long, actually. Yeah.
Does it have emotional intelligence? Could it write a love letter?
Yeah, I mean it's still a computer, and it's still using deep learning, so it doesn't have. We could get it to write any kind of sonnet that you wanted for anyone in your life, and I think that this is perhaps the danger, I guess, of people writing. If you're writing, I've been there. You've got to write something for a loved one, and you're struggling with your creativity, and this something like this would be brilliant. I've attempted.
All right, I was going to say, like, I'm a boring Capricorn, and I'm not very romantic.
Right.
So, can you ask it to write a love letter to my husband?
Yeah. Do you want me to do any particular style? Or shall I just write a love letter?
So, can it do it in my voice, in Trisha's voice?
Yeah. As well, we can try it and see what it comes out with.
Then I can just present it to him, and he'll think it's me.
Can I have your husband's name, because that might be?
Yeah, Alan.
Alan. So my husband Alan. As Trisha Goddard.
That'll be the headline tomorrow, because the first time I've ever given his name.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, don't worry.
So it's just generating that. I think sometimes with this service, they've just launched a £20 a month more advanced service, and a lot of people. I was talking to someone in the tech world on Friday, and they were saying they used it to create a press release, which is is something that uses a lot of common language, and he said it passed actually. It went through the process, and no one spotted that it was generated by
So
AI.
have we got it? Have we got the love letter?
Yeah, so again, I'll do my best recital of this. My dearest Alan, I want to take this moment to tell you how much I truly love and appreciate you. With each passing day, my love for you grows stronger and stronger. You are the most wonderful husband any woman could ask for. We can carry on. And then at the end, it says, Alan, you are my heart and soul. I love you always and forever. Yours forever, Trisha Goddard. You might want to cut Trisha Goddard out. I guess like just Trisha, or Trisha X.
All right, print that off, and
you're done.
and I'm done. Thank you so much for explaining that. I mean, it is fascinating, isn't it? It's as we say. I mean, we're nearly out of time, so it can't do anything else. But thank you for coming in and explaining what that's all about.
I'm glad it worked. Yeah,
bobbing about. We nearly ran out of electricity. Never mind about technology. A lot more coming up. We are going to be doing our book review.